Oh, I haven't done the thing. Now I've done the thing. Right, good start. The actual start was so the goldfish in my butt died, and then it would have worked better if I'd had the disclaimer thing like this. The goldfish in my butt. You're listening to the Beat Motel podcast, and we need to warn you that we like to use words like fuck, shit, and syndiclus, butty scrotix, angry flap, and film biscuits. And we don't often bleep those words out, apart from because we're not complete animals. But if you understand that and you like music, then listen on. Oh shit, me tassel fell off.
Andrew,
Fuck, hang on. Yeah?
there's a crazy echo going on.
There's a what?
There's an echo going on. Like I can hear everything you say twice.
Well, only listen once, shut one ear. Hang on. Shit, look, me celebratory tassel fell off. Sorry, this is a great thing for anyone who's listening to this rather than watching. Is it still echoing?
No, it's got better now. Yeah.
You sure it wasn't just the echo? Wasn't just your voice going fuck?
No. It was double. It was sort of a real delay in it.
Well, normally these episodes are cognitively delayed. Shouldn't be.
Well, the sound's still a bit weird.
That's just me, I'm afraid. It's just we're recording in the evening. This is a different flavour of Andrew compared to the one you normally see.
It's phasing.
It's phasing.
Yeah.
It will come back. So, shall we play your riff of the week and just hope it fixes itself?
Sure. This is like in my ears. This is like having a conversation with someone using a 1970s, 80s sci-fi effects on their voice.
Right. Here's your riff of the week. Oh, this is Dr. Sam. Anyone who's listening and not watching, this is the welcome return of Dr. Sam. And I had a special celebratory hat because this is episode 140.
Oh.
140. Here's your riff. What was that, Dr. Sam?
That was the band Between the Buried and Me, and it was from the song Things We Tell Ourselves in the Dark.
Sam, what do you tell yourself in the dark?
It's okay. Tomorrow will be the end of the world.
I say, I wish I had a better mental map of every sharp edge in the house that's the height of my groin.
Oh, well, my dad was blind and his shins were like, they were like trenches.
I think out of the two, kind of, you don't want, dents in your shin is probably preferable to dents in your groin.
Yeah, I didn't have an up-close look.
That's right. You can neither confirm or deny that your father had a dented groin. Okay.
Next time I talk to my mum.
My father have a dented groin. Well, this is off to a great start. Oh, hang on, I forgot the inattentive host special timer thing. So a visual treat there for the YouTube viewers, gawkers.
So the Between the Buried and Me, they are a progressive metal band. Evidently, but you can hear by the sound of that. But they normally go for this quite a head sort of sound, and to hear them sort of use more of a almost maybe a post-punk-ish, sort of approach to rhythm was really really nice, and it sounds really different, and I just like. And I chose that ages ago, and it sounds pretty cool.
Should say as a start that we actually planned and were supposed to have recorded this episode, a month ago, longer ago than that?
Yeah, and then my kid got ill and couldn't do anything.
And so the choices that we've both have, we probably can't remember why we chose them. So this is going to be like, this is for episode 140. It's peak.
I quite enjoyed it. I enjoy the single. I think I've enjoyed it more in a way than I have enjoyed. I really, really love their album Colors from the early 2000s, and I really enjoyed this in a way that I haven't enjoyed stuff. I think it's much more interesting to hear them to challenge themselves rather than, plow the same field again.
Well, see, I've got no context. I've never heard of them, but apparently this was an outtake from the album sessions for Automator. I'm saying that with a Suffolk accent. It's Auto MATA, Automator, from 2018. So I guess it didn't fit in on the album, but it's got reverse theremin and stuff. Yeah, apparently, according to my inextensive research. You're doing live on air research there. There he is.
Yes.
Using a phone. Like a little Rory Calhoun.
Yeah, I mean, what I don't like about it is that I always think it's a mistake to release the first single as the sort of release the first song of the single. Does that make sense?
Well, did you mean the first song on the album?
Yeah.
As the single. It's a bit traditional. It's a bit radio friendly unit shifter type thing. Yeah,
but it also makes you think, well, I don't know. I just like it there's a chance it can get overplayed and then, none of the rest of the album sort of sinks in And
what radio channel would that track get overplayed?
Steve McConey's prog rock.
Stuart McConey's prog rocker. Stuart McConey's Freak Zone or the Freakier Zone. No, I can completely see that. And I was thinking if there was a radio station that played stuff like that, I'd probably listen to it for maybe 15 minutes at a time before someone in my house just went, no.
Are you listening to this Radio 6? Put some fucking variety in it.
Dear Radio 6 overlords.
I have to look this up. I moaned at you about Radio 6, didn't I? Oh, the fucking Glastonbury coverage. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Right, so you're in the UK for the Glastonbury coverage. Now, the BBC pays for Glastonbury. I've not worked for Glastonbury Festival, but I've worked for, I don't know if I should say really, somebody that, no, I'm not going to say, but it's a part of, fuck it. They build temporary hotels at Glastonbury. And so I've sort of seen some of the inner workings.
I hope they burn them down with the people inside them when the festival's over. Particularly if it's the fucking BBC fucking hosts.
I love the fact that I'm like cautious.
I like the BBC and I really value it, but I did not value their fucking Glastonbury coverage.
I really like the fact I'm like worried about whether I ought to mention someone who's a client once and then you just bail straight in and kind of like ramp it up. So if there ever is a clip for this, I'd like to say it was a pleasure working for you that time, and I appreciate it probably won't happen again. But yeah, so they BBC pay for it, so it's just blanket coverage, which I get kind of, and I did enjoy watching a lot of it on the iPlayer. I made a point of watching loads of stuff I didn't know. Had loads of jazz stuff, but what is it that made you so cross about the Six Music? Because you were in the UK, you were driving around in the UK at the time.
It was so self-congratulatory, like as if Glastonbury actually matters beyond the fuckers who go to it.
Keep going.
It actually is an important event. Like it deserves coverage on the same scale as Macron bending over for Donald Trump.
What stage was that on? I know there's a lot of stages. So that.
Oh no, they would never show that these days because it's too political.
It's too modern for the BBC's coverage of Glastonbury. They'd play it like if he'd bent over for Trump in the 90s and then was coming back to do it on stage again, then Six Music and the BBC would be all over it. They'd be like on the classics. Imagine that, a classics of politics stage or slot on the pyramid. So you could have.
Sorry, I just want to say, I think my non-alcoholic beer has gone to my head.
Apparently, if it's less than 0.5, your body doesn't metamorphose. That's not it. That's what butterflies do.
I'm not going to become an insect in the morning.
You will become an insect. But no, apparently
Maybe I should-
bananas have got more alcohol in than 0.5 beer. That's why those monkeys are drunk. So what else would we have on the Classics of Politics stage? Frost Nixon. We'd have David Cameron after the Brexit vote, walking off, going. Doo, doo, doo. Thatcher resigning.
Tony Blair continuously shitting on his legacy.
And Tony Blair continually shitting on his legs, which could also happen. Yeah, him just saying, "I'll let history be the judge."
Yeah, Tony Blair shitting on his legs at sea because no one wants him on land.
Just cast him off. So that's the Glastonbury coverage, which you had enough up to the back of your knackers with.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I genuinely didn't mind it. And I had we were driving around the Peak District, and I had a very nice moment where my child really got into Enter Sandman. But I also say, just playing Enter Sandman is so, I don't know, just like, is that the metal that Radio 6 can stomach? Is that the most metal it can stomach? Apart from Mastodon occasionally, I guess.
It depends. So Craig Charles has a kettle of metal every few weeks where they get 3 metal songs, but it tends to be something fairly safe. Marianne Hobgoblin, who's now on Sundays instead of every day, she used to play Russian Circles, maybe a bit of Deftones every now and then, but nothing. Why isn't there a metal show? Metal's like huge, man. Why isn't there a metal show?
But also like if John Peel, this has always been my bug, my issue with Radio 6 is that, to my knowledge, if John Peel's the patron saint of it, John Peel was very well known for having some really out there bands on his Peel sessions, on his shows. And removing that extremities from the legacy removes the whole sort of point of the variety.
There's definitely a Six Music sound. It absolutely does exist. And but it was worse last Friday when you were back in the safe bosom of Finland, because last Friday was the first Oasis reunion gig. Well, no, the first Gallagher brothers and one other band member gig. They stand to make around £100 million each from this tour. And Six Music
screwed over the fans completely, haven't they?
Yeah, but so Six Music did an Oasis day. So the blanket coverage that you heard for Glastonbury, they did that for Oasis, and I knew it was coming, and I can't listen. I didn't switch the radio on all day. I just can't. I can't do it. I cannot do that.
I mean, Oasis were never an alternative thing in any stretch of the imagination, and I don't say that as sort of like their shit sort of thing. I mean, it was, if you're a fan of English music in the mid-90s, this was hard to escape. I would say they were overplayed, but some very solid songwriting
by other people and copied by Noel Gallagher.
But I think Radio 6 has gone wrong a little bit when it does Glastonbury wall to wall, and the most alternative thing it can play all day is fucking Metallica and Sandman, which is, that album has sold in the realms of Michael Jackson albums,
wow,
sort of things. It's like it's one of the biggest selling albums ever.
I've never heard it.
It's very well produced.
Can you hear the bass?
On a good system.
A little bit there. Right, I'm going to move on to my riff of the week, which is this, which was brand new. Hang on, I'll just press play. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
It says noise in Ireland for him as well. It says he owes me some money, and it's like, that's his typical Don of it. He's like, just always kind of like, take, never give. He's like, can I come with you? Can't be away at 4, can't be naked 3.
Is that your mates?
Is that my mates? Like, bear in mind, I chose this well over a month. That is the new single, or was the new single by Prolapse, and it's called Cha 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 2000. So the guy you could hear there, he was the co-host for last week's episode of Beat Motel, Mick Derrick, the academic archaeologist.
Yeah, I admire his choice in not doing anything to do with music for his actual job, and but I don't envy him living in Oslo. Seems like didn't like Oslo when we went.
Did you not? I chose that because they've not done anything for ages, apart from the single they released a few weeks ago, and it's nice to hear them not retreading safe ground. They're always progressing, always doing something a bit odd, always a bit interesting.
Cool band. I mean, it sounds like we chose vaguely similar bands for similar reasons of bands, sort of exploring different sounds than they're necessarily known for. This has really gone to my head.
Is it really alcohol free?
No, it's just probably because it's 9 o'clock and I normally start shutting down around
the Sam shutdown commences.
Yeah. I was watching the Little Richard documentary before this. I Am Everything. It's pretty good. Some of the recreations of his music moments are terrible, really cheesy crap.
Oh, but, like reconstructions rather than actual footage.
Yeah, but it's interesting to I like that they get academics involved, and it's interesting to hear Little Richard being talked about as and also like frankly like the gay scene in the South in the 1950s is really interesting history to hear about it because it was up against so much fucking shit.
Well, I imagine it still is in some parts of the South.
Oh yeah.
So
no doubt.
So this time of night, I start to wind down. I'm particularly tired today, but it's my own fault, and I'm getting no sympathy from anyone. And I didn't sleep last night because I had a doner kebab, and I haven't.
You didn't sleep at all?
Not very much, because my body was just going, "What the fuck have you done, you moron?" I'd normally eat like 1,400 calories average a day, and I just went all out and had a doner kebab, which totaled in at 1,100 calories. I normally eat less than 80 grams of carbs. The kebab was 140. I didn't even enjoy eating it. My body just went, rah, 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 and then my kid had one and had to have the day off school today. So, yeah, I won't be doing that again. Kebab warning.
Why did you do it in the first place?
Do you know what? I have no idea. I really have no idea why I ate a kebab. It's beyond me. Absolutely beyond me.
I get they can be delicious, but I don't know. It's not good to do that to yourselves.
No. So you're half pissed and I'm full of kebab. I couldn't get it out this morning either. I think like the one saving grace of having a rubbish night's sleep is you think like at least I'll have a clear out. I think it's still lurking and there's strips of it like tapeworm throughout my intestines.
What you need to take is get some of those
Drano
probiotics stuff and let that have a go at it.
Well, just shove a bottle of Actimel up my arse like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actimel enema playing tonight at Camden Falcon. We're on good form, right? So, what's our topic?
Actimel enema is a great band name. Like that.
I'm going to start keeping track of these things and using them one day because I don't want someone else to get there first. Right. First track, Actimel Enema. What would the first song be called? It's a bit like Putrid Defecation from Finland. I'm part of a music networking group, and every time you have to choose a song on a theme. And so far, then they put all the songs on a Spotify playlist. One of the members of the group makes a Spotify playlist. And for about the last nine meetings I've been to, this is all on Zoom, I've managed to find a reason to choose a Putrid Defecation song. And what's happened is the guy who always compiles the Spotify list, it's now bringing him a lot more of that kind of grindcore because he's like added a song to it every single week for weeks on end. which is that's like modern oral terrorism. There you go, oral terrorism. There's another.
Oral harassment.
There's another.
That's their first song.
Wouldn't it be anal terrorism?
I think that's what you have coming to you.
Oh dear, weapons of arse destruction. There you go, there's another track title. Right, what's our theme this week? You remember what we chose?
Bad band names, but good bands.
How many bads was that? Is that like pigs, 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 pigs?
Another fucking Six Music digestible metal band.
Right, so here's your first choice. I've got to check this because I forgot your tracks were still in there when I had I did a guest, one of the guest episodes, and I said, "Here's your first track," and I played it, and they're like, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, because it's this one." What?
That was Hanoi Rocks with Malibu Beach Nightmare. And as someone who lives in Finland, residency permit was based on acquiring all their albums, of course.
Well, you know. If you want to live here, you've got to get every Hanoi Rocks album.
And I really, really do enjoy Hanoi Rocks, and I think they are a fantastic band. And to so much to the extent that I went to see Michael Monroe, the singer's 60th birthday party at the Helsinki Black Box, and where Hanoi Rocks got back together for the first time in a long, long time. I think the original lineup was the first time they got back together in a long, long, long time. And I really rate Hanoi Rocks, and I really enjoyed quite a lot of Michael Monroe's solo stuff. But Hanoi Rocks is just a fucking terrible band name.
It's really, sometimes you really surprise me with your choice. I would not have you down as choosing Hanoi Rocks. What's Hanoi Rocks? Are they saying that the town of Hanoi rocks? Or is it like,
well,
exactly. Is it just a natural progression on from Chinese Rocks by, oh God, who did that?
Do you know what their
Heartbreakers?
first album was called?
I don't. But you're going to tell me.
Bangkok Shocks, Saigon Shakes, Hanoi Rocks. It's a reference to... What did they tell us?
That might or might not be where we got the name for the first Zeeb album from.
What was the first Zeeb album?
Mock Cock Shock Spock Rock. So are they indicative of the Helsinki sound in? Because Slash from Guns N' Roses says this was the gateway to them finding the Guns N' Roses sound.
Well, no, not at all. They were they left pretty quickly to move to South London. They have a very good song called Tooting Beck Wreck.
So it's everything they do like a sort of semi-literative phrase? Because I hope it is.
Yeah, well, they were the first sort of internationally known Hanoi, Finnish band, and they married really sort of like I guess New York Dolls style punk rock with more hard rock sort of stylings, and some people say they opened the door to glam rock. I would be a bit more generous to them. Fuck you, mosquito.
What year was it? Sorry, go on.
What year was what?
What year did Hanoi Rocks start?
Oh, I don't know.
1979.
1979.
1979. And according to my research, they just wanted a name that sounded rebellious. So I'm not sure why you choose Hanoi. What's Hanoi known for? What's the main cultural output of Hanoi?
Well, Hanoi is in Vietnam, and so it would have probably been in the news a lot in the late 70s, considering the boom banger bang going on there. So, it's better than Hadong Rocks.
Well, why don't they just call themselves Tooting Rocks if that's where they lived?
Oh no, I think that came later. But they were. I didn't realize how. I went to see when I went to see the Hanoi Rocks. The guitarist Andy McKay. He now dresses like. He's friends with what's he called, Johnny Depp, and now dresses like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean.
I can see some sort of like Venn diagram crossover type thing between those two. I don't. Were they big? I mean, did they sell millions and millions of albums? Because it's
no. The story is basically they were on tour. I think they were on tour. Don't know. The drummer who was British, they had acquired the drummer. It was when they moved to the UK.
The drummer
and
distribution
he was British,
system.
And they were on the cusp. Everybody thought their next album would be the thing that sends them into the next level. They were very well known, but they weren't known to the extent of Motley Crue and all that. But everybody thought that their next album might send them into that level. But before that, the drummer died in a car accident with, I think, the Motley Crue singer.
What?
Yeah, he survived, and
right.
And the drummer did not.
Well, that sucks.
I think they were probably off their face on drugs.
I was going to make a joke about the drummer's name, but now I won't, out of respect. I was going to say he's named after 1980s grot mag, but I'm not going to do that.
He could have been named after a grot mag. It's not beyond them.
Do you know what his name was?
No.
Razzle.
Probably was named after 1980s grot mag.
If I had been in a band then, I would have been named after the best ever corn-based snack in the UK, which is Frazzles.
I would...
You'd be Monster Munch!
I do like a Monster Munch. I tried to get my child to eat a pickle flavour.
I was put off them.
Pickled onion flavour one. He was a 5-year-old child. Just go on, smell.
Well, I'm not sure if I want to say what I was about to say. I love them, but I was temporarily put off them for a little while when somebody told them the smell reminds them of jizz.
Who? If that's the case, I would get some tests. I'll be right back. I need more booze.
It's hitting it hard. I did think that we've never done a drunk episode. Like all good podcasts, well, all podcasts that have a mediocre following like we do a drunk episode at some point. So I think that could be quite fun. I also, some podcasts do what they call a mukbang episode. Have you heard about them? Where like people,
what's a mukbang?
Where people eat stuff during a podcast recording, which just sounds disgusting to me. I have enough trouble hearing other people anywhere eat.
Well, but what would I mean? What I can't. I eat too fast, so I can never make it last an hour.
Well, but drinking we could do. I reckon that'd be fairly easy, actually.
Do you need to start drinking, or do you need to already be, half cut?
I think you'd have to start from a standing start rather than going in drunk. And considering kind of my ability to press the right buttons in this software at the right time when I'm sober, it could be very, very interesting.
Sure.
But we normally record in the mornings, so I don't really want to do that.
I mean, we're not of the age these days where we can sort of do that very easily and enjoy the rest of the day.
I don't think I've ever, apart from at music festivals where our first Reading I went to, I had a sangria at like 10 a.m. and deeply regretted it.
I've done day drinking, but that tends to be at the end of it was school related, and also
When you were at school, just to be clear, not
university related.
so when you're at school, not when your boys at school.
No. Also not when I was teaching at university. Never.
Man, right. I mentioned when we cycled through Belgium, we saw people drinking strong Belgian beer at like 9:30, 10 in the morning, didn't we? And they weren't like, if you saw that in the UK, they'd be on a park bench shouting at pigeons, but they were just having
cultured.
Looked like a polite conversation.
Looks so nice, so cultured.
Right, so we'll have a cultured heavy drinking session. Right, here is my first choice for bad. What was it? Bad name. The theme. So bad name, good band. What is this? Goes on a bit, doesn't actually? The full version's about 12 minutes long or something.
ELP, isn't it?
Pre-ELP. That's the nice.
The nice.
Named after biscuits. It's like an eternal argument about. I don't know if this means anything. Be an expat kid. Do you know what I mean by nice biscuits? Nice biscuits. Oh man. They're biscuits that say "nice" on them. I just really like culturally. This is.
Are you supposed to say nice?
Well, it's like
nice.
It's a real argument about whether they're called Nice biscuits, like after the place, or whether they're just nice. I do think it's kind of one of those really on the nose, odd English beige food choices that it's just a biscuit that says "nice" on the front of it. But that was them covering America, which is from, is it West Side Story?
They look so bland.
Oh, it's a classic British classic. It doesn't even really taste of anything. It's just like you could use it as filler on a cracked wall. it wouldn't look out of place.
It's plain or coconut flavored.
Oh, I didn't know there was coconut flavored nice biscuits. Sorry, this is the nice. It's a Leonard Bernstein track. I chose it because I think, although I don't really like this sort of prog, you can arguably say that Keith Emerson was objectively a good musician. He was good. And I chose this song because I saw it on a rerun of the Old Grey Whistle Test or something when I was a kid, and my dad said he liked it. And it's one where Keith Emerson's stabbing daggers into his Hammond organ. Have you seen that clip?
Yeah.
So, but the song, I mean, the name, just bobbins. What are you smirking at there? You going off on a British biscuit kind of a trip?
No, I'm just looking at. I know they're French, so they probably are Nice.
Oh, well, that clarifies it somewhat. But if it's French, that's inexcusable. They have food that tastes nice.
Yeah.
I suppose
why would they want bland biscuits to make other stuff taste better?
As a palate cleanser between eating live sparrows and what is it? It's illegal now, isn't it, to eat live sparrows? You're looking at me like I'm absolutely making this up. I'm not. I swear I'm really looking. This is Sam's going back into research. Do the French
Google?
Do the
French eat live sparrows?
And they do it with like a tea towel over the head so you can't see the face of the person eating them. So it might just be a ruse. Go on, what are you finding?
No.
Tonight
French, but this is AI, and AI, as you know, I disagree with as on a basic level. The French do not eat live sparrows, whilst there's tradition in French cuisine of eating the ortolan bunting, a small songbird. It is not a live sparrow. It is.
Come on, it's still a fucking bird.
It is prepared by drowning it in Armagnac before being roasted and eaten whole.
I'll pass. It's just I'll choose a biscuit out of those two. Sort of,
Yeah, I'd have a biscuit as well.
yeah, right. So that was my first choice.
Apparently, you should wear a napkin over your head to enhance the aroma and hide the shame, according to the guy.
Right. Everyone has like shame food. I told you about my kebab. I should have worn a fucking bath mat over my head whilst eating that kebab. It was not a pretty sight. What would your shame food be that you'd eat? And you'd have to put something, an umbrella over your head or something so that people couldn't see you. Do you think you could fit a whole bag of pickled onion Monster Munch in your mouth all at once?
It's not a shame, that's glorious.
You couldn't do it in the 80s because they were bigger then.
As a brand or the food itself as well?
I'm sure, like Monster Munch, when I was a kid, God, this is such a like well-trodden ground for a British podcast. They were like the size of your fist. And then you had the knockoff ones called Space Raiders, which just tasted more like floor cleaner than anything else.
Oh, I like Space Raiders. I like 10p or something.
They were 10p,
Still.
but there was then Snaps, which were knockoff Quavers, which were 5p a bag. And then there were Panda Pops and
Snaps aren't knockoff Quavers, are they?
Yeah, they had like a dragon on the front. I probably haven't seen a pack since 1984 or something. This podcast has become Sam does research. Andrew's wild statements.
Oh, Snaps! That's not what I was thinking of. Yeah. What's the one I want? Quavers. I don't like Quavers. Mm-mm.
I was put off.
What's the prawn cocktail flavored one? I like that.
They're skips, but there was prawn cocktail flavor Quavers, but I was put off them for life. I was on a car journey on a really hot day. So as we record this, there's been a heat wave in the UK, and I think in Helsinki as well. Hot day in the 80s, no air conditioning. The girl sat next to me in the back of a hot car, threw up a whole bag of prawn cocktail Quavers on me.
Now that's hot.
There's no going back from that. I was there. Like, neither of us wanted me to finish that thought. So yeah, let's move on to your second choice, which is this.
A fucking glorious fucking thing that is.
If that was late 80s, I'd say burn it to the ground. If that's 80s, I'd say that's so sketchy. Good. If it's 70s, I'm going to say that is pretty fantastic.
I think it's 70s. It's so good. It's Graham Central Station with release.
Graham. I always thought it was Graham Central Stations, like Graham Parsons, but no.
That's Graham Central Station.
So is that... Go on.
Is the band of the original bassist of Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh, bloody hell, really? Well, okay, I can see some of that.
He is the man most famous these days amongst bass playing communities for popularizing the slap and pop style of bass.
Slap and pop.
He is most famous in the song "Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself." However you want to spell that. Sly was doing it before Slade was, and it's such a shit band name, Graham Central Station. But what a fucking sound! Like everybody's on 10 on that. Everybody's just hammering away, like going fucking crazy, and it's brilliant. It's so good,
and it's like it from the off. So when we prepare these clips, I don't always do it now, but when we publish them, we put up the timestamps because we can only play 30 seconds. I'm talking to the listener now. I ought to have a different voice. We can only play 30 seconds. And this one, it's just the opening. Let's have just a little blast of that opening again because.
So good.
It straight in. chuck it, everything at it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
amazing.
Although they hold back. Wait, keep playing it. Then you get the vocals and the keyboards coming in, like what, 4 bars, 5 bars, 8 bars, something like that. So
1970.
the voice is the bass player. He's playing that and he's singing at the same time.
Oh God, these would have
The
been
bass voice.
They would have been so good to see. So good
There's
to see
amazing.
live.
There's amazing YouTube footage of him playing. It's like his hands move so over the top, but so well and so fast. It's such. Oh.
See, slap bass, slap and pop used to make me angry when I was a teenager because it's all any bassist ever played when you went to a guitar shop. And I think I realised I hated it because of Mark King. So I still can't abide that band he's in. What are they called?
Level 42.
Level 42. And I can remember looking at, as a bassist, just going, what are you doing? But when you hear it done properly, it's cool as shit. It's really good. Can you do it?
Yeah. But what's he called? The Level 42 guy's really good. He's really good.
I'm having strong opinions that I've not thought about in 35 years, and I'm sticking by them. I've got friends who one friend in particular who absolutely adores Level 42. Also, he played a headless bass for a while, which is it's the Beat Motel rule. Minus points for a headless bass. Just no.
Here's another theme. I would like them, but I just can't abide the instrument choice.
That's so niche. That's so brilliantly. I'm adding it to the list. All right. You pad for a couple of seconds while I add that to the list of ideas.
Yeah. So Marky Smith, the bassist of Level 42, used to play a headless bass. It was also a bottomless brunch.
Oh, that's another Peel session. That was the theme last episode. I don't know. I'm still plugging that. It was good. Marky King's headless bass and the bottomless brunch.
Yeah. I mean, one of the most off-putting thing about the band King Prawn when Baba played for them, he played a headless bass as well, and it would have been really off-putting if Baba wasn't that weird. And you sort of saw him and you saw, his eccentricity. You sort of went, you know what? He's on his own. He's doing his own thing. He's on his own planet. That's really cool. I support him.
The fella from Census Things also played a headless bass. It was like a thing. The Steinway.
Yeah.
Just awful.
I mean,
sad.
Who's
times.
that guy? He's the guy who played in... played the stick or something in King Crimson. What's it called?
He played the stick.
What's it called? Yes.
There's an instrument. He played a stick.
There's an instrument called the stick. Look, I'm going to show you a picture.
Works well for the podcast.
Yeah, it's the bassist. Tony Levin has a thing called the stick.
Right.
The stick, it looks like this. It's got like a bass string in the middle and guitar strings either side, and you tap it, you don't strum it. Well, at least that's how I understood it. Instrument. Look, for podcast, the stick looks something along the lines of this. Oh, I don't know how it works. I don't know something like that. Just looks like a busy guitar.
It needs to be struck from the earth. I am going to play it's my next choice, and it's this one.
Drunk drivers, drunk drivers, drunk drivers. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. Kill the whales, kill the whales. It doesn't
So I chose this because this band, I always like what I hear from. At the moment, Yanto, me young'un, is going through really into this band, which, because he's a teenager, it means he plays the same song every single time we get in the car. We'll do a half-mile journey down to the co-op or something, and he'll play a song. So do you know the band?
We've got a hire car at the moment, and every time we enter the car, my child wants to hear SpongeBob Goofy Goober Rock. So think yourself lucky.
When the kid was young, I used to say, no, just no, just no. But I'm now emotionally bound to it because he wants to play me stuff. He does, play me some good stuff. I've chosen some of the things on Riff of the Week.
Well, I put together a playlist around music that he likes, and it was just played it so much I'm sort of sick of every single thing. But the thing I am sick of most of is the Ramones song, or the Ramones cover of was it Laughing Bird? What's that song? Here we go again. Who was that then?
That band was Car Seat Headrest.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. And Surfing Bird. That's it.
Surfing Bird. Everybody's heard about the bird.
Oh my fucking god, yeah. Just like I genuinely enjoyed that when I didn't have to listen to it every time I got into a fucking car. Now I just I
and yet you still play it.
Well, I can't be bothered to take it off the playlist. Too lazy.
That's so bad. That is so slack. Oh man, I can't abort that. What would it take to take it off the playlist? Like, it's just smacks of effort, and I'll just deal with it. But so Car Seat Headrest, and I think the name came about because he used to record his vocals in a car, and he needed a name for the demo. And he went, must have just literally looked up and go, Car Seat Headrest. And some bands stop meaning anything. They just become is it a mnemonic? They become a name that isn't relative to what the words are, but it still doesn't. I just see car seat headrest. I like his stuff, but that song it's called Drunk Drivers / Killer Whales. And I'm trying to get the meaning of the song, and I don't want to look it up because he's saying drunk drivers, and then the next refrain is killer whales. It doesn't have to be like this. So is it a conversation between him and some killer whales who are remonstrating on him about the problem of drunk driving? Or is he trying to encourage killer whales to be less unpleasant to... I've probably overthought that, haven't I?
And you're okay with your child listening to this filth?
This filth. Subversive filth. So that was Car Seat Headrest. Let's move on quickly on to your next choice. Your next filth.
Back at home on the sofa. They watch TV about a man named Chandler Bing who died in a freak hot tubbing accident and spent his time drinking hot dog flavored water on a popular TV show called Tub Girls. I don't want to pay for anything, clothes and food and drugs for free. If it was 1970, I'd have a job in a factory.
I am sorry. I think I've lost your next track. You tell us about that while I go and see if I can find what your track should have been.
Are you? I mean, that to me they must be like a Radio 6 band these days.
Oh, they really are. And sometimes you like
Viagraboys.
So Viagraboys, and you ever like a band but you don't know why you like them? I can't objectively tell you why I like them, and it might be because I just got no idea. I just think they're a good band. I can't really pull it apart.
I actually like a lot of the lyrics on that, and I've listened to them, continue, sort of the last few albums, and nothing's really took me until this last album has sort of taken me and made me more interested. I am put off quite a lot by the name. I think the name is a big sort of like thing of going, when was that a fucking good idea? And also there's an aspect of the delivery, which I think he's starting to get away from, which is this sort of like, I don't know. There's a point. I think it's starting to dissipate. But there was a point where every popular band with every band that would have a rock guitar on it that was pushed heavily seemed to have someone who would give a sermon during the verse, like idols or what they called
sermon.
soft
Lambrini girls
play.
do that as well.
Yeah, like I don't know. It just it got a bit, and it all came from. To me, it came from what are they called? We saw them at Stuart Lee's ATP.
No, really?
Not Viagraboys.
Oh.
But it came. Who's that band with the guy? Oh, what's the? My memory's
Scratches
not
his
working.
head. Guys like that.
The famous video is him on a bus.
Sleaford Mods.
Yeah, and it sort of kicks off by Sleaford Mods, I think.
I'd say it's kicked off by John Cooper Clarke.
Yeah, but I mean, as a modern day popularity thing, Sleaford Mods, it's sort of, I don't know, it's not rapping, it's more like having a point on a microphone. It is sermonizing in a way, and I like it, but at the same time, it doesn't work for every band always. And there was also, what's that called, like some band with a poet for a singer, and it was called they were called Washing Line or something. They would sound pretty good, but it was like again and again and again and again, like there's no, I don't know, I just don't want to listen to that many people talking all the time over the same 4 bars of music, which maybe I'm being I'm not being generous, but have quite a limited amount of variation in what they're doing.
First of all, good news is I have got all your tracks. I just forgot to write one of them down in the liner notes. In the show notes, which I diligently prepare. So the last band, I always hesitate to read them because I genuinely don't want to get into it. But there's a band from Ipswich who have been in the press over here a lot since Glastonbury.
Oh yeah,
like a lot, and I don't say their names.
Fucking terrible band name. Fucking terrible.
Don't say it, because I genuinely do not want this podcast to come up in any algorithm, because it's. I don't want to get into. But they got to number 1. They had a number 1 album with that. I didn't even know they're from Ipswich until the thing happened.
Because they said something naughty on the BBC.
But the BBC political parties just seem to fucking love whipping the BBC. Is that my imagination, or is that a thing?
Oh no, it's a thing. And the BBC also, there's some level of management on the BBC that also loves to make itself fall on a cross rather than stand its ground.
Fall on its sword.
Yeah, of sort of like someone's always, maybe that's the wrong metaphor, but there's always a thing with the BBC when it gets into this thing of like it has to be. It has to whip itself in a way that no other broadcaster does, partly because it's owned, partly because it's funded by the license fee. I think also partly because, well, my mother had an opinion that the BBC lost its balls when it was that weapons inspector killed himself.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And since then, it's been afraid to stand ground, as an institution, it's been afraid to stand its ground against, the governments of the day and the sort of what have you.
Yeah. Should we lift the mood up again by playing another choice?
Sure.
Right. So this is my third choice. farted and it smelled so bad I thought I'd shat myself. That's why I was jumping around on my seat a bit. I haven't, I don't think. I don't want to talk about this band too much because, again, I prepared these clips over a month ago and I did talk about this band on last week's episode. Do you know who the band is?
No.
University, which... He actually, for listeners not watchers, Sam almost took a sip of beer there until he heard University, the band name University. It was so much he had to put his drink down. Were you, just in case you like threw it over your shoulder or like...
If you're in a band name, this is a genuine question to anybody who may listen to 5 seconds of us before deciding that just having another wank is a better idea. If you're in a band name with a shit name, why do you continue to live with that shit band name? Or why did you choose it in the first place and then decide, oh, that'll do, that's fine?
What's your problem with it? I mean, my problem is that it's just meaningless. Meaningless is fine, but it's impossible to find anything about the band. It just there are bands like Churches. It's become quite a modern thing the bands to misspell their name, like Churches is 2 V's instead of a U or 1 V. And University is like, you're shit out of luck. Just why would you choose that as a name?
Well, in some ways I admire it because it tells you nothing about what the band actually sounds like. If you told me there was a band called University and I would not think they sounded like what you just played. Having said that, they're also... It also lacks a personality in a way, or it just is a bit wet. It's like, I don't know. It's not even as good as calling your band The School or The University. I'd have more time for The University than University.
Or University something.
Yeah.
It's just that it just stands out. So I want to be clear. I think they're bloody brilliant, and they were my riff of the week last week because they've released an album. That was the EP that very much sounded like they've released an album, and either their A&R man that signed them is now dead, or the record label, quite a big label, just gave them total creative control. But the album sounds nothing like that. The album sounds like a young band who have gone to a studio and used the studio as an instrument, and it is genuinely interesting, like actually new, interesting music that isn't quite like anything else I've heard, and I can't even draw a line between it and any influences outside of I can't see any influences at all, and that's a fucking remarkable thing in this day and age. But they are called University. Well, that song actually, that's from the old EP because this was prepped before the album came out. So this song is Notre Dame made out of flesh. I mean, like,
that album, what was that album called? McCartney, It'll Be Okay.
Yeah. See, so names of albums and songs is a different matter because it's a transient thing. It's a thing that sort of moves away.
I mean, they do seem to be fucking terrible at naming things. Massive 21 Pilots tattoo. GTA Online. History of Iron Maiden Part 1. History of Iron Maiden Part 5. I mean,
that's Part 5. It's not even like 1 to 2.
No, it just sounds to me like basically they name on the basis of inside jokes.
Oh, well, they are a teenage band. That is what teenage bands are for, isn't it?
Sorry, that almost.
That almost broke you, did it?
Just little wankers.
Oh, love you, by the way, if you're listening.
Grow up and name your band something better because you'll have to live with it if you get successul.
Forever. That is one of the things that popped up in. I'm going to stop talking about last week's episode, but if you go back and listen to it at the beginning, I tried to stop myself, but I asked Mick why they're called Prolapse. And when I introduced him, I said, "This is Mick Derrick from a band called Prolapse," and he went Prolapse, and he visibly goes. That's like, why did you choose it? He said, we just wanted a horrible name. And much to our disappointment, we got signed to Cherry Red, so we were just stuck with it. Like, let that be a warning to anyone out here naming a band. You might get big and be stuck with it for the next 35 years or longer.
Exactly.
Right, so we're going to go for your final choice, which is this. Just, I could hear my wife. I'm recording this in Glamorous Studio A. I could hear my wife in Glamorous Studio B, 2 miles across town, just going, "No!" Just like, just as you think you're latching onto it, it's like, it's like they're playing Twister. You know, Twister board had like the thing that you spin that showed you a body part and a color. It's like they've done that, but with parts of the song and genres. Right? We've played this riff for the couple of bars. Singer spins the spinny thing and go, right, now we can do this. Just switch that fast. So who was that?
That was the band Defeated Sanity. To be fair, they're German, so you know. Whilst they can play their instruments like nobody's business, naming things in English may not be their forte.
I don't think Defeated Sanity is that bad, really.
It's not that bad. It's a bit like, I don't know. Now, to me, that's a 15-year-old naming a band. We play death metal. What's your name? Defeated Sanity. So,
there is like,
okay.
there must be a death metal name generator somewhere online where you just don't look it up. So the song title sort of confuses me more because obviously, you know, that's
Condemned to Vascular Famine.
that's got to come out of a random song name generator. I'm gonna
Death metal name generator, Cryptic Abyss. That's not good. Soul Devourer. These are all better though. Eternal Torment, Bloodthirsty Horde, Necrotic Ellipse.
Right, so I found one. This is just for the title, and I'm going to say Doner Kebab. And the tone of the song is assertive, and the genre is metal. So here's my suggestions for metal songs on the theme of Doner Kebabs. Dance of the Kebab Grill, that's shit. Wrapped in Flavor, Bound by Passion, that's shit. Late Night Doner Delight, that's shit. Spices and Skewers, a love story. Kebab Dreams Under the Stars, these are bloody awful. I wish I hadn't bothered. Oh, there's the beeping saying that the hour is up, but we've still got another song. And here is the final song. And I've played this band so many times. I think you'll know who it is. Do you know who that is?
Happy Mondays.
It's the Oasis.
Oasis.
It is Agriculture, which is objectively a bad name.
Who are you going to see tonight? I'm going to see Agriculture supported by University.
There's just something that, is it so shit that it's good, or is it just shit?
Oh no, it's the same league and the same old as University.
I think they're probably the same age as University.
It's shameful and just wrong.
Shameful and wrong.
Stop this filth.
Stop this filth now. I've got an album out which I haven't heard yet, but another album out, I think. But agriculture.
Name your things better, bands. We're listening. And it hurts us when you produce good music, but you spend... You're so bad at naming things. Stop.
I didn't tell you about the fish in my butt that died, did I? That was the opening thing that I kind of messed up. Do you want to hear about the fish in my butt that died? No.